Hello and welcome back to Roads Yet Traveled. We'll be continuing where we left off, which, if you recall, is day 9. And, the previous day, Tucker and Marrowyn finally had a conversation about what's going on with Tucker. And, it seems that Marrowyn kind of understood. Not really, but kind of. Like, he's trying his best to sort of realize the situation for Tucker. And he did say that he's gonna try to do as much as he can right now, but you can only do so much right now at the beginning. And Tucker and Maruk had a nice little visit to a window where Tucker was able to see the outside, and it kind of showcases Maruk's sort of his his ability to sort of understand what Tucker's going through on the inside, but without like actually verbalizing it, I guess, in a way. He, at the very least, seemed a bit more helpful than Marrowyn, at least. So yeah. Anyways, so yeah. Why don't we just continue and see what happens? Also, I am aware that day 9 is short compared to the other two, which were like basically 2 hours long. So, yeah, enjoy it. Psst. Psst. Tucker. It's time to get up. Once again, roused by mechanical fingers pressing against my side, I'm met with the face of Rowan, already dressed and ready for the day. Oh, hey. What time is it? Only the 5th mark. But Marrowyn wanted you earlier today. Right, more tests. Hopping out of bed, I take to the shower and get rinsed off, not quite basking in it for so long. Coming back out, I notice Rowan looking away a bit awkwardly until I realize that I hadn't finished getting dressed. Quickly, I throw on a shirt and... Ahem. Oh, good. You ready? Dr. Marrowyn will be here any minute. If last night was anything to go by. What was that, Rowan? I said, are you ready? Oh, yeah, sure thing, bud. We both turn as we hear plodding footsteps approaching the door, followed by a loud but measured knocking. Are you two awake in there? Opening the door, we are both greeted by Marrowyn, who ushers us on our way. Although it seems like that might not have been necessary as the hallways are dead at this hour. We're already past the library and I've only seen 2 of the Karain, both of which were so engrossed in their monitors that they barely looked up to notice us. One offering Marrowyn a cautious, "Morning, Doc," before walking along. It's so early, Doctor. You didn't have to walk with us. Nobody really walks these halls for another few marks. Well, yes, I know, but I figured since we already were coming from the same place, it simply made more sense. We went over this yesterday. Did we? Man, I was out of it. I guess. We pass a few more stray Karain who either don't notice us or back away in fear at seeing us. But none do more than gawk, if anything. Coming to a final corner, Rowan stops us. Well, since you're here now, do you mind if I break off here? It would be a lot easier for me to get to where I need to be today. Oh, of course, Rowan. I'll be back with Tucker at the 26th mark, okay? I'll let you know if the time changes. He just nods. Have a good day, Tucker. Thanks. You too. We part ways, but before we turn the corner, I look back, just to see him waiting there, watching us. I guess he's still worried about something. Coming to the final hallway, I can see the door again as we approach the doctor's lab. The same blue lights cascade around the room as Doc turns everything on for the day. It's still a dreary light, one that would, on a worse day, fill me with anxiety. But after yesterday, I'm feeling more confident. Doc knows what is wrong. Well, at least some of it, and I know that nothing will change in a day. It's a tenuous calm that I have found, but a calm nonetheless. I do, however, notice that the trays have been taken and there are some new tools carefully arranged on the doc's desk. Did he come by this morning already? Or was it those assistants I've heard so much about? Hey, Marrow? Yes, Tucker? Did your assistants come by last night and clean up? Ah, how very astute of you. Yes, they did. They sanitized the lab, helped me look over some of the notes that I took, and brought me some things that I would need for the day. That was kind of them. Well, it's their job, but still. I wonder how long that all took. We left so late last night that even Doc was tired. I hope that they aren't being overworked. Worrying about Karain that I've never met aside. Some of those new tools Doc asked for look pretty darn grisly. All of them, of course, are wrapped in a thin, sanitary layer of plastic. What did he say that we were going to do today? Just more tests? We lost so much time yesterday that I'm fairly sure that we'll have to do some extra work to catch up. I swear he mentioned something about zero gravity at one point, though. And also extreme heat. Maybe it's better if we don't do those tests right away. Even Doc seems to be taking his time this morning as he walks from monitor to check everything that was left for him. Just talking quietly under his breath the whole time. I do wonder if anything he's found is really helpful in any way. There's no way this research could actually apply to anything that he was doing before I got here. Right? Surely this is mainly for my benefit. But without the thousands of years of recorded human medical history, I'm not sure how helpful it would be if I were to get sick anyways. I guess I can't worry about that now. I just gotta hope that I don't get sick anytime. From across the lab, Doc calmly shouts out for me. Tucker, I can hear you from here. What is wrong? Seriously? From the other side of the fucking... That trick is getting a bit tiring. Ugh, never mind. He should call me out on that honestly. It's nothing, Marrowyn. I was just... stressing myself out. Thank you. His head pokes out from behind a monitor with a solemn expression. He's almost too far away, but I can see him scanning me from behind his little glasses. A caring smile tries to creep onto his face, but it's cut off as a sound comes from a monitor. Ah, well, I trust you. But please, remember what we talked about yesterday. Yeah? I'd appreciate it if you could remember what we talked about. No. This is what he's talking about. Damn it. Right, thanks, Doc. Of course. Now, if you don't mind, could you come here? Walking over, I see that he has some scans of my body on the monitor. For some reason, I find myself embarrassed. Like some hidden part of me is being shown off to all of these Karain that I don't know. Even though it's just my skeleton, nothing more. Well? Well, what? What do you think? Pretty impressive, right? I mean, I guess? I thought I told you that I know what X-rays are, though. Yes, you did, but still. Tell me, have you ever seen your own skeleton? Wait, he's right. That's me. That's not just some example in a textbook or John Doe. That's me. Do my feet really have that many bones? I guess you're right. That is impressive. His beaming smile returns as he enlarges a few parts and explains to me their similarities to Karain physiology. I think he likes teaching. He seems excited to show me every little detail he's noticed. Even a small hairline fracture in my arm that I had no idea I had. Well, I probably know how I got it, but still. Now, I did have a few questions that maybe you could answer. Oh, sure, I can try. It's actually just one question. No one on my team had any idea what it could be. But, Can you possibly explain what this is? What is? He zooms in and points at a bone under my pelvis. Isn't that my tailbone? Oh, how in the world am I going to explain that to someone who has a tail? Psst, okay, this might be hard for the Nero to understand. So bear with me. Oh, what with you? Oh boy. This is gonna be something else. Okay, so at one point humans did have tails. Kind of, but we lost them. For some reason. I don't really know why. We also had more fur at one point too, which we also lost. Does that make any sense? Not in the slightest. Why would anyone give up their fur or their tail? No, it wasn't like that. It was like we evolved out of it. After generations and generations, there was just less and less. I think. Also, what do you mean, who would give up their tail? I'm still convinced Marrowyn doesn't have a tail. A stunned look crosses Doc's muzzle as he understands what I said, until... Ha! No, I'm not sure that he does either, Tucker. Phew, I'm glad Doc didn't think that was too rude. But yes, I think I understand a bit more, Tucker. Our species has undergone a few similar changes in our history. But I'm not so sure anything so drastic as you have described. Perhaps I am still a bit confused. Maybe you could... Beep beep beep. Again with that thing. I really thought that he had it on silent. Taking out his small little flip phone, he quickly checks what the message is. I assume Marrowyn just wanted to tell him that he's coming by with breakfast or something. His face, however, tells a different story. Marrow? Are you okay? He does not respond to me, but he does respond. Surely he must be mistaken. I told him that. Gently grabbing the edge of his coat, I tug at it to get his attention. Marrowyn? His eyes shoot down at me, listless and discouraged. I'm sorry, Tucker. I have to go. Wait, what? This again? He can't be serious. Oh, well, can I come with you then? He looks away, refusing to make eye contact with me. Marrow? He wouldn't. Not after yesterday. Wouldn't he? I'm sorry, Tucker. Not today, no. I'm not going to the professor's office. But, wait, didn't we talk about this? I know! I know. I'm sorry. It's not my choice. I can't... He doesn't even bother finishing his sentence. I can barely even get him to look at me as he heads for the door, collecting what little he needs as he rushes out. I manage to snag his coat before he can escape, though. Doc! What am I supposed to do? I can't believe that he would just leave me again, without so much as leaving me with someone or something to do. It's not what I would expect from him. I'm sorry. Never mind. I drop his coat and it pathetically flops back into place. I get it. It's the professor. Tucker, Beep beep beep. He stands stunned before quickly checking and closing his phone. As he looks back and forth between me and the door, he tries to say something. Anything. But words fail him. One last time he tries to rally a thought, but nothing comes of it. Defeated, he quickly heads out, barely even muttering a goodbye. The door closes. His footsteps plod down the hall, quieter and quieter with each step. Fuck! I could feel the whole room shake as my anger is released with a single word. He doesn't understand what is wrong at all. Does he? After everything, I'm still just in a cage. In its place, anxiety comes crawling back from the dredges of my mind. The corners of the room feel less lit, the blue haze of it all more abyssal. My own ocean to drown in. Looking around, I head back to the stool and just sit at the desk. I bat around the idea of just leaving. See if I can find Marrowyn or Rowan out there. But I know how futile that would be. I guess I can just wait. Again. Without breakfast. I probably shouldn't remind myself of that. I notice the tools that Doc's assistants left and decide to at least see if any of them are interesting. It would seem that I am not that lucky, as most are just metal, not so much an interesting device in the lot. Resigning to my fate, I make my way back to the examination table and lay down. It feels awfully macabre, but it's better than sitting up. I wonder why he didn't bring me with them. Is he that afraid of me seeing something that I shouldn't? Or is he vainly trying to protect me? Still. I really thought that it would be today that I could start taking a step forward, but perhaps another day. Another day. Ugh, did I? Ugh, I fell asleep. That is probably for the best, actually. Getting up and shaking out my weary bones, I head over to the sink to fix my horribly dry mouth. Yep, still empty. No assistants hiding behind any desks or anything of that like. Taking a peek outside, I notice that it is fairly crowded now, as a few people walk by. Only one seems to notice me, so I slip back inside. I mean, I'd much rather be out there. But even I don't want to be around too many new Karain right now. Resigning myself to sit next to the door, I can just listen to them as they walk by, creating some semblance of company. How was your... Ha! Yeah, we had... Do you think that... So early in the morning? We're still not anywhere close to figuring out why I can understand them. And yet, I'm so lucky to be able to. For all the struggles that I've been through here already, I can't imagine how bad it would have been if I just heard them barking. Still, it feels like there is a communication barrier. Maybe I'll never be able to wholly understand them, but I'm still confident. I've got such a head start after all. Well, maybe I can... Wait, what was that sound? Putting my ears to the door, I hear many sets of footsteps, but one in particular sounds... different. It's a bit off from the others. Less measured and more frantic running. And it's definitely coming this way. I back up from the door as it gets closer, just in case it's Doc coming back. Although it doesn't sound like his footsteps, it sounds... lighter, but also way less coordinated. I don't have to wait much longer to figure out who it is as the door flies open as... Rowan? What are you doing here? Propping himself up against the door and breathing heavily, he takes a few moments to gather himself. He looks exhausted. Did he run all the way here? Hey there, bud. He cuts himself off to take a deep breath. Sorry, I ran up like 3 stories to get here. Do you need a second? Can I get you some water? No. I mean, no. We don't have time. We? Yeah. Didn't Doc tell you? He had me come pick you up because he's going to be busy today. He did? He didn't tell me. I only got his message a few minutes ago. But we have to go. He must have texted Rowan when he realized that he couldn't be here. I guess he's going to be busy all day. Wait, why do we have to go? I didn't have time to finish setting up for the day, and I have to hand out assignments, and I have to fix... Rowan, it's okay. Let's go. Right. He just stands there waiting for me. Rowan? You have to, lead us there. What? Oh, right. Well, let's go, bud. He quickly nods and turns to head out the door. Not knowing where I'm going, I head out into the crowded hallway. I suppose anywhere is better than here right now. But I don't have time to think about it as Rowan is already speeding ahead. I should hurry up. To be continued. I did say that it was gonna be a short episode. Thank you for reading. I'd like to give credit to Wagsy for the fantastic menu art. Well, it's basically what we read last time. I'd like to thank Marcy for the coding help. Thank you, blah, 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 blah. May our roads again cross. So, that was, I guess, the beginning of day 9. And I guess we'll be spending the day with Rowan. Yay! That also means that we probably will see other Karain, though. Which is a very interesting prospect, because I'm pretty sure that Rowan's gonna forget the fact that you're not supposed to be talking to other people. So it does open up the possibility of being able to see other Karain. Or at the very least, sort of interacting with other Karain. And also seeing if what Rowan said, which is that he's friends, quote-unquote, with his assistants, and that other people, the people that he works with are, his friends, I guess, sort of, or that he's on friendly terms with them. I want to see if that's true, because I have a sneaking suspicion that it's not. And that he just thinks that they're friends, but they're really not his friends. But yeah. That would be sad if it's true. Like, part of me wants to see if it's true just to confirm. The other part of me does not want to see if it's true because that's going to be sad, because poor baby probably doesn't have any friends. He just has co-workers or people that work under him. Anywho, so yeah. So what'd you think of the beginning of day 9? Obviously it's shorter. It's basically going to be like, 30 minutes? Or a little less. Obviously, something is going on that Marrowyn cannot tell us about. Because that's basically the big elephant in the room right now. I'm wondering if it has to do with Maruk, or if it does actually have to do with Professor Seno. That, perhaps he went over the data and finally realized, like, hey, something is off about this data and the human. Like, they're finally putting 2 and 2 together. And I guess it, Marrowyn has to go and talk about it too. Anyway, I guess we'll find out in the next episode, or the next update. And I don't know when that will be. I should subscribe to their Patreon because I do like this story. It's one of the few that I feel is... Not that it's worth the effort to invest myself into it, but that I do want to invest the effort in finding out what's going on. So subscribing to the Patreon will probably get that. That's why I subscribed to the Patreon for Remember the Flowers and for the Echo Project. So because I wanted to know what's going on ahead of time. But yeah. I also have access to the password Patreon too. So anyways, but yeah. So write down what you think could possibly what's going on with Marrowyn and possibly Professor Seno, and how you think it's gonna go with Rowan and basically tagging along with him while he works. That will be very interesting to see how he works and how overworked he is and stuff like that. I do want to spend more time with him. I'm looking forward to that. But anyway, actually, I wonder if that's going to also happen with Maruk, because they all share the same stuff. So I'm assuming that eventually you're going to spend some time with Maruk too, in his security detail work stuff. If we're going to be stuck in his office, or if we're going to be able to patrol the station with him or something. That would be interesting too. But yeah, anyways, so thank you all for watching / listening. If you would like to play Roads Yet Traveled yourself, you can find it over on itch, and you can find a direct link to it from the creator's Twitter page, which I will link down in the description. And if you would like to support Roads Yet Traveled on Patreon, you can find the link to it in the description, and you can find a link to Cryptid Dog's coffee in the description as well if you would like to, give them a couple of dollars if you want as a one-time donation. And I also have a coffee, which you can also, donate to, which I would greatly appreciate. And I greatly appreciate the 3 people that have donated at the time of recording, which is January 9th. And so people appreciate it. I'm pretty sure Cryptid Dog would appreciate it, and I would greatly appreciate it. So yeah, if you got the money, why not give it to us? Anyways, but yeah, so I guess that's it for now, and I will see you in the next episode. Bye-bye.